describe what this night was like, just having that kind of performance and, helping the team get the win.
No, I mean, first of all, I want to send my condolences to all the families that were impacted by the tragedy that occurred a few days ago. I think there's a lot of things that happen in the world, and you get a unique perspective of what's really important and how fragile life can be. So I just want to send my thoughts and condolences, and I want to send my thoughts and condolences to another friend of mine who passed away. Chris Bernard used to work for the Knicks front office, and he worked for the Players Tribune when I did some work for them over a decade ago, and he ended up passing away from a heart attack, and he leaves behind a wife and a few kids. But in terms of the game, it's just basketball. I think as life kind of progresses, you realize that it's just a game, and you got to prepare and put your time in, and that eventually things will turn around and go your way. This season obviously has been difficult for a lot of reasons, and we haven't won games, and we haven't played particularly well consistently, and it's frustrating. But I think for us, it's just about being professional, and I pride myself on trying to do things the right way, trying to prepare. And I haven't shot the ball great this season. I played okay, but I told some of our coaches, I said I'll be at 40% in 10 days. Just give me 10 days. I feel good. I've been getting my reps. I've been doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm gonna start winning within the margins and impacting winning. And obviously, we took a step in the right direction. We got more games to win, but I think it was just about us going out playing hard, and the team that played harder was going to win tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned the tragedy in the city. Obviously, a lot of that is bigger than basketball, but does this kind of add to that, kind of being able to put on the show that bring some joy to the fans?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a rough year for sports fans, and I joke about being a Browns fan all the time and how difficult that can be, but I think it's something that we feel. We feel like we letting the fans down. You know what I mean? We want to win games. We want them to be proud of the team that they support, proud of the team that they go out and cheer for, buy the jerseys and, the new cable packages and all that stuff. And it hasn't been great. But I think for us, they just need to understand that we are working hard behind the scenes. And, we understand that there's a lot of season left and we've not played well for a lot of the season. And hopefully we can turn it around. But it's nice for them to be able to have something to enjoy for a little bit, to kind of escape everything that may be going on right now.
And last time we talked to you, you talked about, kind of mentally, how much this season has kind of been on you and how you kind of had to work through it. I guess, what's kind of kept you motivated, kept you, putting in the work to get to this point with all of that, going on mentally? Yeah,
I mean, I've had some conversations with my brother just about what do I play for at this stage, and I think it's important you obviously leave a legacy behind. I play for my kids, my family. I want to be able to provide. I want them to know that their dad gave it his all, and he prepared and left it all out there. And then, I had some conversations with Casey just trying to figure out, how I want to be remembered. You know what I mean? Obviously, you treat people the right way and you do those types of things, but I want to maximize my career and get the most out of it, even on the back end. I got a lot of basketball left. I take care of my body. I work hard, and I want to make sure I get the game all I got before I'm done. And I think that's the approach that I'm taking, is just to not take any days for granted. Take advantage of every day and control what I can control, which is my preparation. And, when I leave, this locker room and when I leave this game forever, people will remember how I approached the game, and they'll say I did it the right way.
And CJ, can you confirm that you're 33 years old? Because Jose left a kind of a social tweet out there saying Grandpa 50 ball.
First I was Unc, now I'm Grandpa, which is crazy. They can call me whatever they want, man. I think it's a sign of respect, the way I carry myself, the way I approach the game, the way I take care of my family. I think they realize that obviously I still can hoop because they see it every day, but I'm a man of many talents, and I do things the right way, and I think I've set the standard for how to take advantage of the game, right? Like a lot of times we let the game take advantage of us, but it's about getting all you can get out of the game, maximizing your talent, no matter how big you are, no matter how fast you are, no matter how athletic you are, figuring out what your skill set is and then applying yourself each day to build on your skill set. And my brother turns 37 in a couple weeks, and he's still unstoppable. So I think it's just about how you approach the game, and I do things the right way. So I think it's I'll be Grandpa, although 33 is young in the real world.
And CJ, did you say anything to the guys before the game? Noticed you guys all huddled up before you came running out on court for warm-ups. Seemed like you said something to the whole group.
I've been addressing them, before every game, but I ain't gonna speak on what I said.
And was anything said at halftime to get you guys going? There was a 14-2 run out of halftime in the third quarter, and then also when you guys got down by 3, you went on another big run, 15-2 run in the second half.
Man, we understood what was at stake here, man. We got 5 wins, they got 6. You know what I mean? We don't want to be the worst record of the NBA. Like, you got to have some pride, and I think for us it's just about building on good habits. You know, obviously they're athletic, they're fast, they're young, they're going to go on runs, but you want to control, the half court. You want to not let them run in transition and get fast breaks. And we did what needed to be done, and we got to play better if we want to beat them on their home floor. And we'll get back to the game plan and figure out how to stack some wins, which we haven't done much throughout this season.
CJ, you mentioned the fans and them actually getting to feel good after the week that they had. Once you drop 50, just to kind of hear them all get so happy, cheer so loud, and have a great atmosphere. What did that mean to you in those moments late in the game?
No, it means a lot to me, and I think what I take away from the game now, like, it's great to score 50 and hit threes and do that stuff, but I work so hard. Like, I sacrifice so much time. I go to the gym at night. I'm on the table. I miss a lot of time, away from my family, putting time into the game. So it's like, when you have success, it's like, okay, like, this isn't all for naught. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why, I'm able to hit 10 threes. That was at 34% from 3, and I'll be at 40 in like 6 days. But there's a reason why. Like, I work hard. I take advantage of my time. I understand how to play this game at a high level, and I know it's a stake. I know it's January. I know it's in February. I'm aware of everything, and I think for me, it's like I have this small amount of time to play this game, and I want to take advantage of it. And nights like this, it's just a reminder that the work works. I was raised to work hard and go after what I want in life, and I told my wife I have a small window to hoop. I'm gonna take advantage of it, and then I'll go home and sit down. And you can go be a dentist and do whatever you want. And I think it's about picking the right sacrifices. And if I'm gonna be away from my kids, I better be playing well. You know what I'm saying? Like, otherwise, I'm wasting my time.
Hey, CJ, I know a lot of guys don't get to compare 50-point games, but how did this kind of compare to the first one you had when you scored them all in the first 3 quarters?
The first 50-point game was a back-to-back. I went to sleep at 3 a.m. and I had 50 in 3 quarters. I had 28 in the first quarter or something like that. I played the whole first quarter. This one, my son and daughter both got RSV, so I didn't really get a lot of sleep. I'm sick. My wife's sick. The whole house is sick. My daughter was crying, runny nose. I tried to hold her before my nap. My nap was destroyed. I FaceTimed my brother. I laid down for an hour, my Normatec. But today the difference is I went outside. I told my guy, my movement specialist, I was like, yo, let's treat outside. I need to be outside. Like, I need an hour outside. So I treated outside before the game. We did our movement prep, my growing stuff, my lateral movement, all the stuff that I do to get ready for the game. I did it outside. And he was like, maybe we should treat outside more often. And, I'm tired and my body is, I feel like I'm sick, but you just do what you got to do to get by. And these are the nights where, it's about who wants it more. Like, how bad do you want to play basketball? And then you figure it out from there.
So you're literally outside?
Outside. I went out, like, out my house.
Outside?
No, like, I went outside. Like, it's a nice situation out there. You know what I mean? Like, we treat it outside like he comes to the house, and instead of me in the house, I went outside. Had trees, I got bamboo. Some pool in the back, the water's flowing. It's therapeutic. Yeah, table outside, everything. Like, it's a good setup. Bring the weights outside. God is good, man.
I know in the big picture this doesn't matter, but the toe on the line for what would have been
It's funny.
the career high.
I'm not even tripping because we talked about this. I worked out today in the morning like I always do, and we were like, all right, I finished my workout with like game shots that I know I'm going to shoot. Like, and I go through it, and I'm like, stay off the line. And then me and Casey go, and he's like, stay off the line, stay off the line. So like, game starts. Whenever we call certain plays, I know like how I'm getting guarded. I can get this shot off. It's just like, how quick can I turn? How quick can I turn the hips, get the feet down, square slightly into the left? This is usually cash. So I was like, all right, I'm about to get this off. This will be 51. Like, then I don't have to force it. Like, I'll just, let the game come naturally. It's like what did they say today in the locker room? They said it was, I forget what the word is. Like, I didn't force it. It was something 50. I'll figure out the adjective and I'll tell you about it later. But it was like a natural 50. Like, I didn't get free throws. I wasn't foul baiting. But we talked about getting behind the line, and I did it again. I stepped on the line. And right when I shot it, I said, damn, I'm on the line.
You But then they went like this, so you might have thought you got away with it.
I knew I was gonna lie. I knew they was gonna review it, and it was like, that's my fault. But they did cost me 2 points because I got fouled on the shot. Driving left, his hand was there. That's a foul. Even if it's on the floor, I'm shooting 2 free throws, so they cost me 2 points.
You mentioned, you alluded to what's coming in February. This is obviously not your first rodeo. Just where are you at mentally regarding that, and just like what's your preparation?
I mean, I've been here. This is year 12, right? I've been in trade rumors since my 3rd year in the league. After my 3rd year in the league, Bill Simmons had me getting traded every week somewhere. So I understand what comes with that. I think for me, it's just I play the game the right way. I do things the right way. I play hard, and obviously this team values me, and I'm sure there's some other teams that value me as well. And obviously I like the city. My wife likes the city. My kids are happy here, and I came here for a reason. But at the same time, some things aren't in your control. You just play the game and do what you do, and hope for the best. But I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna prepare, and my value is going to be exactly where it needs to be, if you know what that means.
Yeah.
There have been veterans who have come in and out of this locker room. Jonas being one of those, Larry, all those guys. You were brought in specifically to be the so-called adult in the room. When you have seasons like this, which are obviously unprecedented in your NBA career, probably in your basketball life, this kind of struggle, the maturity that you've talked about, the consistency that you talk about, being a professional day to day, no matter when it is that you do leave this organization, whether it's at the end of your contract, whatever, is that something that you've taken a lot of pride in bringing that to the younger players on this roster and displaying to them what it means to take this career seriously? And do you think that in this adversity that guys have been more receptive to understanding what your perspective is on being a professional is?
Yeah, no, I think adversity builds character, and these are moments where you get tested. Your love, your joy, your motivation, your why gets tested, and you got to figure out how to motivate yourself internally each night. Maybe we're playing for the playoffs, maybe we're not, maybe we're playing for the play, maybe we're not, but are you going to compete? Are you going to give it your best? Are you going to give it your all? Some people that may not ever be able to go to our game again, they came tonight. That may be their only game they ever see in person. It's like, what type of impression are you leaving for them? And I think, for me, it's like this. Like, I got friends that's out the league retired. I got friends that's working different jobs. I played against Willie. I played against Corey Brewer. I played against Greg Monroe. I played against Wes Johnson. I played against all these guys who don't play anymore. So you want to take advantage of your window, whatever that is, and make the best of it. And I think my sense of urgency is different. I'm 33. Like, my window of winning is now, and then it's over. Like, obviously, I can shoot so I can play until I'm 40 and adjust to the game, but like, do I want to do that? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just about taking advantage of the window and approaching the game the right way, and they see it. Like, I don't take it for granted because I know how fast it goes. Like, a lot of my OGs is retired, and they like, yo, just take advantage because it's fun being retired, but it's a different life.
And you see also how this time of year, again, alluding to next month and the things that are coming up, you see how it affects players around the league. We see all the stories that are coming out about different organizations.
Yeah.
For you, why do you choose to handle things the way that you do in these situations, and what advice, and I know it's been a topic of discussion around this team, what advice do you give others in how to deal with the next 30 to 45 days?
Yeah, I mean, I was raised a certain type of way. My demeanor, my poise, my faith. I don't hold grudges, and I understand the business. I mean, I know the business better than most guys now at this point, so it's just about maximizing the game, maximize your talents. You want people to speak well of you. When they speak of you, teams are going to be calling, inquiring. They're going to be calling ball boys. They're going to be calling all different types of people to kind of gauge what you're like. How do you treat people? How do you handle adversity? How do you handle things when they're going well, when they're not going well? How does he show up for practice? How does he work hard with the pregame? There's guys that are not playing on our team that are being evaluated on pregame warm-ups. I've seen teams trade for guys based on how they approach the pregame warm-ups at 4:15. So it's like you have to take advantage of every moment. Do you stand up and clap? When teammates come out of the game, like, do you snap everybody's hand? Like, how do you treat the ball boys? Like, all that stuff is important. It builds character for life after sports, and I think it's important that you treat people the right way, and you value yourself, and we all value ourselves, obviously, but the last factor is that you can't control any of this. You don't control where you're drafted. You don't control how much money you get offered. You don't control when you're traded. You can ask out, but that don't mean they're going to trade you. We're seeing that right now, right? So it's just more about doing things the right way and in putting yourself in position to have value so that if it doesn't work out in your current situation, you'll be valued and utilized somewhere else.
And CJ, I asked JV, what was it like seeing you hit 50? And he said he loved it and hated it at the same time. But what was it like for you just to be back on the court with him and seeing the reception that he got tonight?
I love JV, man. He's one of my favorite teammates. Great dude. Talk about a professional. You know, he got blamed for a lot consistently. Oh, they're too slow. They don't have a rim protector. Oh, he's messing up the pace. You know, he's starting, not starting. He started the first half, not started the second half. Man, as a walking double-double and a professional, and never complained about anything. You know, always showed up, even when other guys was injured or banged up. He always showed up, and I think that's what you want. You respect the man, the players, whatever. You respect the man and the person that he is, and obviously he can still hoop, but I do miss him. Another adult.
Thanks, CJ.
Yeah, have a good one.